we have a great guest who's going to be joining us shortly. First, cheers to you.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to you. And we'll cheers again when our guest joins us.
And that will be in just a few short moments. But first,
But
what's new?
You start.
Okay, I'll start.
Let me make sure I have this turned off.
Well, we're still doing our social distancing.
Yes.
I did bike around our little neighborhood here. I did about 10 miles.
Yesterday, yeah.
And then lifted weights outside. That was my gym in the backyard.
Are you going to keep that up?
Yep. I will. What else are we going to do?
Well,
What?
I'll tell you what you can do.
What?
You can get fit with Judy.
I can?
Yes, in fact,
How does that work?
let me show you how. So first, I'm going to have some fun with my little controls.
Okay.
So first, you would go to
YouTube.
and then you would. Well, let me get it started to play, and we'll see what it sounds like and what it looks like.
Those shoulders
There we go.
are in line.
So that's what
with
you're
your
going to see
elbows.
tomorrow,
Good.
because it's a video that's going to start up tomorrow on YouTube, and it is actually called. Let me bring that back down again because it kind of got sort of goofy.
You got this.
Everything's switching around like crazy. Anyway, I call it tone without bulk.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, I think, want to know how they can tone their arms
But
and
they
get
don't
definition.
they don't want to build up.
They don't want to build up. They still want their clothes to fit.
Mhm.
They don't want to not be able to wear their sweaters and wear their jackets. So I get a lot of questions like that, especially from females who are guided sometimes by instructors at a gym to use too much weight.
Yep.
So my philosophy has always been higher repetitions,
And lower
but
weights.
lower weight. So that's what the video is all about tomorrow. But I do give you a really good workout as well.
And when does that hit? At
That's
what
going to
time?
be tomorrow morning
Mhm.
at 7:45 in the morning.
Okay.
So most people I have found they're not up at 6, especially being home, and you're kind of able to sleep in a little bit more since we're all sort of forced to be home.
Yeah.
But they get up, they have their coffee, and so like 8 o'clock, 8:30 is a good time to do a
Do it?
workout.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So that's what you can also do if you're not lifting weights with Paul
That's right.
in your garage.
And once you're done working out and you want to learn about gemstones, then you go on my YouTube channel, which is
Okay.
called DC Gemstones.
Oh,
we
wait.
have the
Let's
what's
have
that?
some fun.
What?
Wow. There we go.
Oh, actually, this is my most recent, which dropped yesterday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And it's the third of the 4 C's. This lesson is about the clarity of a gemstone. So learn about a clarity, how it affects value, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Very good. So fun. Now, what I am wondering is if you guys are able to see us,
Right?
and if everything's coming through loud and clear, only because I'm not seeing any of the comments on the side of the screen like I
Gotcha.
usually do. So maybe everybody's kind of coming in a little bit later than normal, which
Mm-hmm.
is fine. Very cool. But I just want to make sure that you're able to hear us. Okay, good. So what do you think? Without further ado,
Yeah. Why
should
not?
we invite our very cute, very happy, very talkative with lots of stories
Good
guest?
friend. Mhm.
Here she comes.
What day is it?
Yeah, what day is it?
It's Sunday Funday.
Hi, Kimberly Wells. How are you, my
Yeah.
dear?
She's so shy.
I like that intro. She's the one that has a lot of stories. She'll never shut up at a party. Yes.
Right.
Hi, you guys.
Hi,
Happy
doll.
Sunday Monday.
Yes.
Yes, to you as well.
And it's working this week.
Yes.
Oh my
So,
gosh. Listen, Judy, if after like our hour and a half on the phone yesterday, if this thing didn't work, I was going to throw it out the window.
well, I even know now how to appropriately title you. So I have just introduced everyone to who you are.
Mhm.
And just so that you're clear, Kimberly, we are the hosts, as you'll see on the bottom of your screen.
Are we?
I tell you what I'll do, though. What I'll do is I'll switch.
Thanks for the clarification, but I'm a little afraid that you can title me somehow.
Yeah.
See
So
the control
behave.
I have? Yes.
You have the power.
Well, the reason that I wanted to actually put host for you is that because you actually are a host. So, but here you're our guest. So we're thrilled to have you.
And she's going to be a guest.
Yes. And so that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about in the intro, or actually the title that I said of this broadcast. I had said to everyone that you were formerly host on Evine, and I had no idea until you and I were talking that you actually have lived in Minnesota, where Evine is based, or Shop HQ, for 16 years.
Yes, I've been here for 16 years.
Mhm.
And, as you know, but maybe a lot of people don't, when I was released from the network back in October, I suddenly was open to all sorts of opportunities. And while Minnesota has been a great place for me to be and to hang my hat for a while, I feel suddenly like the world is my oyster. So I am actually in the midst of packing. My apartment is a complete disarray of tubs and bubble wrap and packing and all of that. But I'm excited about the future, a lot that we'll get to share today. And I hope to get down to Florida in person, actually, and see you guys very soon.
Good. Well, we hope so too. Well, speaking of that, I mean, you were here for a little while. So
Yeah.
talk to us about what happened,
happened?
because we had tried to connect with you obviously last weekend, but not in person, even though you were right across the city. You were in your B&B, but the whole point of that was what?
So it was about 12 days ago, 13 days ago, that HSN had a mandate that all of their guests had to be in Florida by a certain date at midnight in order to be on the air, to try to comply with what was happening and help flatten the curve as much as possible.
Sure.
So my vendor, of course, with Jambu, immediately called me because it literally happened on a Friday and I needed to get down there the next day. And so they said, "Are you willing?" And I said, "Sure." We didn't want to miss our launch opportunity live. So zoomed down to Florida, got a darn little Airbnb. Florida, as you know, was on lockdown. So I didn't get to enjoy the beaches.
Right.
Good, I should say. Now it all is. Didn't get to enjoy the beaches and all that, but it was much warmer. So I felt like you guys were 9.3 miles away, but I was so close. And
I know.
Sarah Anderson and I chatted a lot, and a lot of the hosts that, of course, it's one big host family. As you guys know, we all kind of know each other. We've all worked together for years. So 8 days after I arrived, they changed the rules again. Complete lockdown on the studio, only call-ins or Skype. So they put me on a plane. About 12 hours later, I'm back in Minnesota now, completely within my own skin. And actually, I'm kind of glad to be here because I needed to pack, number one. But I feel like if I'm going to be hunkered down, I want to be around my things. And so there is no place like home, as they say.
Absolutely. Well, I was wondering, kind of how that felt being away and then also going back. What was it like when you were flying on the plane? I'm going to adjust our lights. I'm really hot.
Sure. So the plane, it was wild. And as you guys know, the Tampa airport very well. I was the only flight actually in that particular terminal that went out the entire day. There were about 30 people on the plane. I had my mask, and I'm going to show you my little hack for making a mask. I had gloves. Everybody was very socially distant. And I want to thank the good folks at Delta Airlines who actually put people where they were in their respective seats apart from each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they didn't worry about which class you had booked or anything like that. It was just like, as you started to board, you went here and you went here and you went here, and everybody was fine with that. Only about 30 people on the plane, and it was a Minnesota-based crew. So it was nice to be able to hear what was happening at home because I had been gone for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because, so Deborah says, I don't see any social distancing there, Paul and Judy.
You guys are okay. You've been together for what, 4 weeks now? You haven't left.
Yeah.
Actually, 17 years.
That's right. And how many marriages in those 17 years?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the next one?
That's a good question.
It depends.
We really haven't planned. I guess, yeah, it depends on
You might have to do it.
when we're able to travel again.
Might have to do it in a virtual way.
Well, I am a licensed officiant, so
Oh, there you go.
I'm married virtually.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun and so funny.
And she's such an efficient officiant.
That's right. Hey, look at your screen, Kimberly. George Perez says hello.
Jorge.
Yes.
It's like, I should have been locked down probably years ago. Hi, Steve. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Jay. Hi, everybody. Okay, so Judy, I have a really cool hack, and do you mind if I share? As
No,
far
I
as
love
making
it.
a mask goes?
What are you doing?
I saw it online. I can't take credit for it. I saw it online, but I know people are concerned about now because we want to obviously leave the mask for the first responders, and thanks to everybody out there who has friends or family or loved ones that are on the front line, doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, everybody. So here's what I did. You just take a regular scarf, like a bandana, okay?
Okay.
And fold it over, just over and over and over, and
Okay.
then get 2 hair ties. Now, I don't have hair ties, as you probably don't, but I had rubber bands.
I
What do
do.
you mean?
So I just use plain rubber bands and slide the rubber bands in, and then I'm going to do my screen so if you can see.
Okay.
And I simply just folded it over on the one side, and then I take the other side and I tucked it in so it made like a little pouch.
Mhm.
And then I pulled the rubber bands out.
Oh, wow.
Voila.
How about that?
That's
And
very
so it's
cool.
just
I
as
need
simple.
to see
And
that again. I need to
Wash
see that again. Yeah.
okay.
Put your screen right down on top and then go real slow. I'm going to put you full screen. Okay. Hold on just a second. All right.
Is that good?
Nope.
I'm in my
further down.
pajamas. I'm in
We
my
need-
pajamas.
I love it. Further, no, we can't see the scarf. Further down.
Pull it towards you a little.
Yeah. Pull the scarf towards you.
There you go.
Yeah. And now
Okay.
lift your computer screen back up again so that we can, and pull it towards you some more.
Yep.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so when you fold it in your fourths, take your rubber bands or your hair ties and slide them in, and do it a good about, the size of that your face would be. Fold the one side over, take the other side and tuck it in to the hole so it locks itself in place. Flatten it out.
Okay.
Pull the hair ties or rubber bands out. I'm going to lift up now, Judy.
Okay.
And then you've got it to go right over your ears.
Ah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Well done.
Yeah, very
And the great thing is you can wash this. So then when you go out to the grocery store or wherever you need to go for a little bit, go out for your walk, throw
Yeah.
it right in the in machine when you get home. And it's just a great way. I feel like we can use something that we have at home.
That's awesome. And I love scarves and love bandanas, so I have a ton of them. So that's a really, really good idea. Actually, depending on how many you have, you can even match them to your outfit.
Yeah, you can use like your buff too, Jude, right?
Oh, there you go.
Do your
Sure.
buff and double it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
So
right.
lots of options.
Absolutely. Oh, that's great. I love that as a like a public service announcement for everybody. Jorge, bravo, Kimberly, bravo. Hey, we forgot?
What?
Well, I was so excited to see her. We forgot to toast you, and I saw you just took a sip of
Oh.
a cup of coffee. So we're going to toast you, Kimberly.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. I'm so glad that you're continuing these Sunday Fun Days and just helping us bring some humor and a sense of happiness and positivity now. Like, what are you guys doing, Judy, to keep yourself positive and happy, during these uncertain times? Do you guys have any tips for all of us that are at home?
Binge watching.
Oh, what are you watching?
Well, of course, I'm watching Get Fit with Judy.
Oh, look who's on screen, Kimberly.
Hi, Heather. Oh, by the
Hi,
way,
Heather.
this mug is from Heather Hall. It's my favorite mug. She actually gave me 2. I did break one, but this one I'm going to be doubly bubble wrapping because it's my favorite coffee mug.
That's great. I
Well-
have a cup like that too. That's my favorite. And I just got one of them. It was from a girlfriend. It's just beautifully done with gold scrolling on it. And I treasure it. So good for you.
We could probably give the 3 Amigos update because
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have been writing and saying, "What happened? Is it on?" Well, it was put on hold, and of course, I was reminded because Heather was going to be the host of the
of the 3 Amigos.
relaunch of the 3 Amigos.
Okay.
And that was to be, I want to say, maybe 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday evening. And of
Just
course,
this
yes,
past,
and of course-
like 2 nights ago.
So that's on indefinite hold. It would be very awkward to have us all calling in at the same time
Yeah.
to do something. So.
You talk over each other enough in
And
person,
anyway,
much
yeah.
less. Can you imagine?
It'd be harder for Chuck to run on the set when I said something about him or vice versa. And then, of course, Michael is in Canada, so we've closed the border for flights from Canada.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
because of him. But
That's fun. Well, I'm Keeping busy, it is funny. I feel as though I'm almost busier now than before this started because of all the home projects that I've been doing. I'm going around I'm getting all the old paint cans back out, touching up all the spots and holes and divots in the walls. I'm finally getting my ballet bar up in my exercise studio, and I haven't had a chance to show you my exercise studio, Kimberly, but when you're able to come back to Florida, I'd love for you to see it. And you and I were even talking about trying to do an Instagram workout together.
Oh, live, yeah.
I think that would be so much fun.
I would love that because I can use my bar here at the apartment when you use your bar, BARRE, at home.
Yeah, that's exactly why I've done a couple of videos at a counter. So I've used my bathroom counter for some videos. I've used my kitchen counter for a couple of videos. Yeah, and you can use the back of a chair. But I figure this way, everybody kind of has that in their mind that as you say, well, I'm using my bar, they can use a comfortable height for them too, just for balance or to lean, but not to put all your weight on, Yeah. So
I mean, I love that booty workout that you did, and I think it's so good. Like on a stair.
I do too.
Yeah. That's another show, Paul. Late night.
we'll let you host that one too.
After dark.
I'm good at that. You'll be my guest for that.
So Cheryl, hope you have a wonderful day, Kimberly, and good afternoon to Judy and Paul as well. Thanks, Cheryl.
We love that you keep telling us where you're writing in from. Oh, by the way,
for sure.
We haven't released them yet, but people were asking, believe it or not, they were requesting more of the cooking videos.
Oh, we've shot a couple more of those.
Judy.
They're on my computer waiting to be edited because I usually use 3 cameras for those little shoots. So, of course, it has to be, okay, sit down to the computer and edit. Earphones on, 8 hours. Don't talk to me.
Right. I get a lot of that. But also, so I did one sort of solo for a while before Judy woke up on her birthday.
Yeah.
Really cute.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I called it.
Everything was set up from the night before his studio, so he just turned the camera on and started by himself.
So it was basically scrambled eggs and bacon, which was not really. But I called it my award winning. But then I had to admit I really have won no awards, but they're good. So we did that. And what was the one?
The night before that we did was my buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, that's right. That was fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to edit that one and see how it turned out. Kimberly, Gigi is asking, where are you moving to?
Oh, great question.
Mark.
So Gigi, right now, because things got a little wonky. I had been offered and accepted a job position that was going to take me out of the country, but obviously with what has happened in the last, couple of weeks, that all changed. So because I had one plan and literally in the last, 12 days that shifted, I'm now going to pack up and just go with my family in Tennessee while everything calms down and gets back to as quote a normal as we can hope it will. And then my plan, as Paul and Judy know, I love the mountains. I am a mountain girl. So my plan right now is to head to Colorado and be out there somewhere. Timing's just not right now. I think it's time to be together and stay safe and stay in environments that we know. So that will be the long-term plan, but probably before the end of the year, unless something else comes up. I kind of like being a free agent, you guys. It's fun because with our computers and our telephones and everything, we can really do anything
from anywhere
at any time.
Well, that's a good point.
Absolutely.
One of the things, and obviously what we do and have been doing every Sunday, everybody knows about, but one of the things that technology allows all of us to do, and Judy started this with one of her dear friends, we're doing virtual happy hours with people. So they get their computer, we get our computer, and our friends in Pennsylvania, we have friends a little further north of us here in Florida.
Right here in Florida, like half hour away.
We are able to keep in touch with Kyle, our son who's in New York, and Kristen who's in Madrid.
Yeah.
So I kind of check in with them, once every couple of days, saying everybody's still safe.
Yeah.
Because both of them
What's your status?
Both of them are in sort of hotspots.
Exactly.
When you think about it,
Yeah.
New York City and Spain.
Yeah.
Right. And Kristen's safe and you're able to connect with her and stay in touch.
It's great. We haven't done a Skype call or FaceTime, but with technology, you can.
Yes.
And the only thing we have to be aware of is time difference because
yeah.
it's 6 hours. So a lot of times he'll text her at like 9 o'clock at night. Kyle gets back right away.
And then
on
we're like,
text.
oh
And
yeah,
like,
it's
hello,
3 in the
hello.
morning
Oh yeah,
over there.
3, 4 in the morning over there. Never mind. So she is, sorry, sleeping the next day. And she'll say, made chocolate chip cookies with my roommate yesterday. All good here.
But I think we all do. We are a society that craves, personal contact.
Yes.
So I don't know how much of that's going to change when this is all done, but it's nice to know that right now you can, and there's a lot of services, if you have Apple devices, it's FaceTime. If you have Skype,
Yep.
Which you can really communicate live via video all over the world.
It's funny. I got a call. Paul and I were on the phone because he was running an errand over to pick something up at the grocery store. And I got a call and I said, oh my gosh, I got to go. My uncle's on the phone. An uncle that I don't hear from very often. And he's just about 2 miles away, or 2 hours away, south of us. So I picked up, I said, Uncle John, like, hi, what's going on? He called, I called to entertain you. I said, how did you know I needed it? He actually was calling to say, so, you know that app Zoom? And I said, yeah, I've heard of that.
Love
He
it.
said, what do you think if we get the whole family together and do a Zoom call? And I thought, this is so interesting because it is an odd way of bringing people together socially that sometimes don't connect for years. And so I said, I am all about it. That would be so much fun. So he said, what's your email? I mean, that's how far ago it's been since we've spoken. What's your email address? And do I have the right phone number? And all right, when I can set this up, I'll let you know. And he said, what would be a good time for you guys? So I just thought I would share that because I bet a lot of people are doing the same.
Well, Judy, it's funny that you were saying that because I was, actually talking, I briefly mentioned it with you and with Alice and a few other people about doing a Zoom call with our viewers and making sure everybody understands that, hey, this is the rules. Please keep it, PC. But I think I love Facebook and I love seeing everybody like Kevin and Sean and Eliza and Debbie and Suzanne and Jules. What's up? But I also would love to see their faces and I would love to hear their voices. And I know that with Zoom, you can do like 100 participants, 300. So you guys let us know if you'd be interested in doing a Zoom community call. And we'll see what we can work out and try to do something in the next couple of weeks. I, for one, would love that. What do you guys think?
I love that too. I think it's a great idea. And you know how you're talking about the worldwide. I left Yim's message up on the screen because Yim Tom, hi Yim.
Hi, Yim.
She's going to be our guest in 2 weekends from now, Kimberly. And I wrote to her, she said, okay, so what service do you use? And do I need to get anything special for my computer? And what kind of microphone? And do you do it on your phone? Do you do it on your desktop? And also what time? So I said, well, we usually do noon Eastern time on Sunday. She said, okay, well, that's midnight here. She's in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So I said, oh my gosh, poor thing. I said, our viewers will be very understanding if we change the time for you. She said, oh no, I'm up. And she was writing to me at 2:30 in the afternoon, my time. And I said, it's 2:30 in the morning. What are you doing awake? And it was just so cute. She's been a friend for over 20 years. So that'll be really,
and of course,
fun.
you met her when she was a guest on QVC.
Yes.
But that's the other thing. The people in Hong Kong and mainland China who do a lot of business in the United States are used to that's when we all have to communicate.
Right.
Otherwise, it's such
That's
a big
true.
time
Just like
lapse
you were talking
between
about
getting
with
something done. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Well, I would love to meet her because I've been very lucky to travel to Hong Kong, as I know you guys have. And I think it is one of the most beautiful cities. I love how easy it is to get around. The subway system is so fantastic. The restaurants are amazing. And then going out to Lantau Island, I hope I pronounce it correctly, and walking up the steps where the big Buddha is. I mean, it's such a spectacular place. So when this comes down, I hope everybody will continue to get out there and see the world because there's so many beautiful places to see.
Well, the funny thing that you say is, as somebody said earlier, I think it was Steve who's online writing in, like, define normal. And I thought, well, that's interesting because it's going to be a new normal. Right. It's not going to be as the old normal, but it'll be interesting to see how things really do progress and change and adjust and even, to be honest, get better. I mean, who knows? Yeah. We're positive people, so obviously we're all thinking like that. Except I'm
Hey,
not.
speaking-
I love the wind.
Speaking of positivity, forgive me, I am a horrible guest. I think it bears to say at 26 minutes after the hour that
Uh-oh.
Paul mentioned it quickly, but I think universally we need to have wished Miss Judy, whose birthday was April the 1st, a collective happy birthday. So what do you say we all sing together? Type it in. You ready? Happy birthday
to you. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Judy. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
We try to refrain from singing. We like to keep our viewers.
And I'll never be invited back again.
Yes. Yeah, but you know what we need to do? We need to do a Zoom karaoke.
Yes,
Oh.
that would be. Paul, you are the karaoke king for anyone who's been on the cruises or been at any of like the Tucson events or Vegas events. We know about your skill.
That's right. In fact, you were the MC on
That's
the
right.
Invicta and Friends cruise that year. And I think Paul, nobody would get up and sing. So I think Paul sang
I did
like
like-
5 songs
yeah.
in a row.
The
Well, it's
funny
like-
thing was people were coming because
Thank
we
you,
were
you
at the
guys.
mercy of whatever system they had.
Yes.
Right.
So people were saying, "I can't believe you don't have, whatever," and
Right.
I'm like, "It's not me."
They're looking through the books and what they
Yeah.
wanted. Their go-to song
There was a
wasn't
lot of-
available.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, Judy, I did put on my Facebook page an old picture of us, and I asked people to guess
Yes.
where this picture was from.
Yes. And I posted that as well. I shared your post actually on my page. Thanks to all you guys for the happy birthday wishes. I could have brought my birthday hat on.
If it, that
So what
picture,
is
do
it-
you
what-
remember the year?
What kind of answers did you get?
Nobody seemed to answer.
Hello.
they liked it, but they didn't guess. Do you remember the year, Judy?
Oh, the year. Okay, that's a good question. So my guess is going to be 2016.
Ooh, close.
Was I
It
15?
was 2014.
Oh,
And Judy and I were in the pool of, what was the name of that hotel?
Mandalay
oh,
Bay.
yeah, Mandalay
Mandalay
Bay.
Bay.
Mandalay Bay in Las
Yes.
Vegas.
Yes.
And I was the roving reporter during the JCK show. And Judy, we decided let's do something really fun and do a toss and do a little commercial from their lazy river in the pool. And I'll never forget, Jamie, our social media guy, was like, what in the are you thinking? I was like, come on, let's do something different.
Yeah, and then you're saying, "Come on, give me the microphone." In the water, on your little raft. No, trust me, it's okay.
The network was like, she's going to cost us millions of dollars in equipment for about
Right.
a 30-second spot.
Right.
But that was so much
picture,
fun.
show that picture again, Kimberly, up on your screen. There you go. So Kimberly in a little crochet top and some cute I Dream of Jeannie pants and me hanging out in a bikini on national television.
Now, listen, if that's not an impetus to see Judy in a bikini,
right.
you got to get fit with Judy on Mondays, my friends. On
I can
YouTube.
vouch for that.
I'm telling you, she's smoking hot and hashtag goals as far as keeping yourself fit. I mean, I bow down to you, man.
You and I both do a hashtag Monday motivation. And that's always my Monday motivation. Just get right back on that horse, start back up again, never too late, keep it going, and don't be too hard on yourself, but be proud of yourself when you get on that mission and you stick with it. It's interesting because you were talking about doing the booty workout that I did from my kitchen in one of the videos, I think last week. And I did another one the previous week, and it was doing a leg workout, a booty workout from the bathroom as you're brushing your teeth. So a woman commented on my YouTube channel. It was so funny. And she said, so Judy, I started doing the I think she called it the toothbrush workout. And she said, and I'm going to keep doing it. She said, but my husband walked in the bathroom and turned around and walked back out. And I just said, you keep doing that workout. He's going to like the results.
Yes, he will.
Thanks, Suzanne. But it was just so funny. So yes, I'm being very creative at the ways that I'm finding to encourage people to fit in a workout, even if it's just for 2 minutes.
Especially being stuck at home.
Right.
I mean, let's face it,
Exactly.
we all have to be a little bit more creative. All the gyms, the spas are closed.
Yeah. Studios.
It doesn't mean that you stop doing what you need to do.
My speaking of bar classes, Kimberly, my bar studio has started doing Zoom class workouts.
Nice.
And if you had a membership, they're doing a 3 Zoom class to 1 of what you paid, because you can get a Zoom membership. Speaking of going back to that, it's like a free advertisement for Zoom, but it's free for up to 40 minutes. Of course, our workouts were 60 minutes in class physically. So they're giving you 3 to 1. And they said, so do us a favor, since it's 40 minutes for free, do your warm-ups and then promise us you'll do your cool downs on your own. We're going to give you the meat of the matter in the main 40 minutes. But isn't that
It is so great. And I find that there's so many social influencers and trainers in the country that are doing great online workouts like yours for free. And then they're asking for a donation for food banks or for food shelters or for hospitals. And I think one thing that will come out of this, at least I hope it has, and what I've been seeing myself, is a kinder, more positive, more community of people together. We're forgetting about the things that made us feel comfortable in our skin that maybe were not so necessary, and we're sharing and we're giving to others. And like one thing that I'm doing today, Judy, how many of y'all have the Beekman bars, the little bars? I've got like 20 of these. And as I started packing my bathroom the other day, I was like, okay, I'm going to take these with the little mesh bags that I have from Christmas. And today I'm going to go put a little note, and I'm going to put them on the doors of everybody on my floor, and just a little note to stay positive. And I think if we can bring a little act of kindness and happiness and positivity to others, it's all going to help us pull together in the long run.
Yeah.
And we all need that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. And especially since they're all wrapped up, they've been well protected,
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good idea.
And it's soap. So we all
We all need that.
to wash our hands.
What song do you sing for 20 seconds, right?
I know. I think that's so funny. I've never heard that before, but there's so many people who even last weekend were talking about the song they were told they needed to sing for the certain amount of time while they were washing their hands. And then once their song was over in their head, they could turn the water off and go.
Oh, and all of these songs that have been released, either there's the Beatles version, which has disappeared now.
Oh, that was
But,
so
you know,
funny.
There was a Queen one. Did you see the one from Queen?
No,
I didn't see
was
that
there? No, that would be
And
fun.
then there's the one that are, the curse words.
yeah.
Yes.
Like,
There are a lot of those. A lot of those.
People
I'm
can
gonna-
create it, but it's also like for me personally, I've had a little more fun because we always we had our favorite meals to cook.
Mhm.
But then when we
Your
had
go-tos. Oh,
when we had Judy's birthday,
I'm going to do yours.
okay, we had to
Wow.
we had to cook a lot more. So using things like instructional videos on YouTube, like Judy's workouts, my gemstones, or how to cook.
Yeah.
I found some interesting ways to do other meals that came out really spectacularly well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's fun to kind of experiment with that. In fact, Kimberly, you shared a fajita soup recipe with me. Oh my
Yeah.
God, so
It was
good. So we
Oh,
put that one on screen too from In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy. Our aprons should be here any day.
oh, fun.
Embroidered silly
We're in the
look.
kitchen with Paul and Judy.
Isn't that fun?
But yes, and she was all sort of hurt because I didn't finish my bowl, but the bowl was huge.
Oh yeah.
And we're so that was we had that the next day.
Yeah,
Um,
Paul and Judy sent me a picture of them having it for lunch, and I guess who's having? I'm like, why is his bowl still half full? And I was,
That thing goes a long way.
Yeah,
It's
it was
delicious.
going after
I'm
that.
glad you liked it. Yay!
Yeah, it was well done.
Tell us, because I did look at this. He was printing off something
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, I think it's a Linda. I could go grab it real fast.
Linda Thomas.
Is that who it was?
I think so.
Yeah,
She
so
has a
she
third
sent a
word, too, in her
goat
name.
cheese recipe.
Ooh.
Very yummy. So
And
we're
with
gonna
Kalamata olives.
yeah. So
Oh.
we will
I know,
we'll
that
eventually
sounds
do
good.
that one. I do love, like we told everybody that our Sunday, although we missed last week, and Paul was very upset.
First one in like 4 weeks we didn't do.
We do our Sunday brie day. So we do our brie as our dinner, our brie and red wine.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Do you bake your brie or do you just keep it room temperature?
Oh, no. You bake it. It's a whole process.
We'll send you that recipe.
Okay. Nice recipe swap.
It's actually on your YouTube channel.
It
right?
is. It's on my YouTube
But we
channel.
modified it.
I have a
since
little
then.
playlist called In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy. So I just kind of keep adding to it. I think there are 4 or 5 recipes on there now. So, and I think I also have them on this Facebook page as well. So yeah, it's been really fun to share. I think when you were asking, like, what are you doing to stay busy? We're just shooting videos in like every room of the house. It's hysterical.
When this is all over, I'm going to get many more sets of lights because our bedroom on the 3rd story is a studio. Our bathroom, as you've already heard, is a studio. Her fitness gym downstairs is a studio. Our balcony is a studio. Our boat. And if it weren't for me hauling these lights and seats everywhere, I'd probably weigh 500 pounds.
Our exercise going up and down the stairs carrying the lights, and 1 and a 2.
Yeah, but that's my dream. We'll have lights in every room and I won't have to do this.
But then you could use your house as the write-off. Think about it. Now let's get creative, right?
That's true. That's a great point. Those mortgage payments, write them right off. That's fun. So, Kimberly, Deborah says, what's Kimberly doing now since not on Shop HQ? Oh, we got a little buffering. Let's see if we can. Hold on, Kimberly. I think we'll come back here in a second. Little buffering.
There she is.
Okay, there we go. Now, okay, go ahead.
All this cheese is giving me gas.
Too much information.
Listen, I understand. Sorry, you guys. Yes, Bren, I'm right there with you. I'm not sure if you were talking about, what's coming up this week, Judy. Sorry, I might have lost you, but I'm just going to take over.
No, you didn't lose much. I was just giving you front and center, Kimberly.
Oh, okay. I do want to let everybody know what I'm really excited about coming up Wednesday night at midnight Eastern is the launch of Jambu, our family-owned and operated company that is based in New York City. They are an active adventure lifestyle brand, a footwear brand that is really all about whether you're going out the back door to the back country, we are going to keep you looking good and feeling good. We are all on our feet a lot. When you're getting outside and socially distancing, you want to look good, right? But when we come back to our new normal as well, I want to make sure that your feet, which hold up the weight of your entire body, are really the best of the best. So midnight Eastern, I'll be launching with Callie Northagen, all new styles, many that are exclusive to HSN. So I hope to see you then. Thank you so much.
That's cute. And then you've got other projects in the works. Tell us a little bit about your affiliation with Thomas Kincaid Company.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because we used to work with them.
I know, and I can't wait to talk with you more about it. It just happened over this last week that I'm going to be partnering with the Thomas Kincaid Studios and their family of galleries all around the country. And we're going to start doing Facebook Lives with Dr. Patrick, as well as Dirk, one of their legacy artists, and Zach, Thomas's nephew. And then we're going to be traveling virtually to all of their galleries countrywide, giving you a feeling of hope and peace and the love of the painter of light that Thomas was for humanity, and what a strong faith he had. And I think it's the perfect timing to do this. So April the 16th at 1 p.m. will be our first Facebook Live. I'll be here in Minnesota. Dr. Patrick will be in Texas. And then we'll be live from one of the galleries in California simultaneously.
Wow.
So thank you for that. I'm really excited. And I can't wait to share this message to a broader base.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think you're absolutely right. It couldn't be better timed for you to be able to do that. It reminds me, the galleries, it reminds me of going to Weiland's galleries. Do you remember Weiland, Kimberly? We worked with him on QVC, and then we worked with him on HSN, and I wonder what he's doing now.
Yeah,
he's got such a strong message,
an amazing talent,
more of an underwater message, but still, all the different species kind of coming together, living in a world together, working together. I just think it's kind of neat. So I think that's wonderful for you. That'll be fun. We'll definitely
We'll
tune
have to
in.
look him up and see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I think, I'll love to chat with you guys more personally as well, because you obviously worked with him at the Q long before I did up here. And obviously, once he passed, his brother carried on the message.
Yeah.
But I want to get some stories from you and share just your memories, because I think he touched so many people and still is today.
Yes, I agree with you completely.
One thing we got is stories.
Yeah. But, Judy, I got to ask you a question.
You got it.
Because I don't know about anybody else, but like, what the hell is happening?
That was probably the wrong time to put you up close. What are you going to do about it?
But this is my job today. Have you had to worry about, like, what do you do? Is your hair natural, Judy? I've never colored my hair in my life.
Oh, natural. No.
I'd love some tips. I have no idea. I might do a Facebook Live about that.
This is natural, Kimberly. This is natural under here.
Ah.
So no, and the talk about the irony of timing, the haircut and the highlight all came about 2 weeks before the shutdown really happened. And I thought, oh my goodness, what are people going to do? And or what if I'd had pain in my, yes, exactly, fingernails. Me too. Same thing. It's like, oh, hello. Not good. Not good.
I never do mine, so.
We get so spoiled with those kinds of services, and now we're thinking, okay, well, now I need to take care of myself. What did I used to do before this?
Well, and I got so tired of hearing everyone say, look so young, so I started to dye my hair gray. It looked really natural.
Hey, by the way, Paul, I think that hat is super sassy. Your fedora man is right on par.
It's a Frank Sinatra world. I'm just living in it.
Bren says we should all shave our heads. That would be a fun video.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
not in if you're in.
you won't just say yes and just follow along.
No, I don't think so. Although, you know what? In all candor and full transparency, if that were something to do to support a friend of mine, and I do have a friend who has gone bald because she's going through chemo, and there were a group of people that said, this is what we need to do, I would totally be in.
Yeah.
I would totally be in. Yeah. So I don't mean to sound like I wouldn't, support, but not just for fun, but definitely on a cause like that. And bless her heart, to go a little bit further, I was texting with her this morning and I said, like, how are you guys doing? They're even being more careful with her because like her kids can't come over. She can't have anybody in the house. Her husband is the only one who's allowed to enter the house because her immune system is so low right now. Yes. And she has to go in for another chemo treatment. Well, he can't go with her. And she said in the text, this is so tough because it's a very long process. It's a very lonely process, and it makes it so much better when you can have someone who loves you there holding your hand. She can't have that. And then she has to go in and have a PET scan to see how everything's going and if it's going the way that it should. So yeah, it's really, those are the sorts of things that are heartbreaking, So
and that's those personal moments, those isolating moments that I think we really have to dig deep. And
I agree.
I've been checking in with people, just doing a quick little text, how you doing, checking in, a wellness check. Yep. I worry about friends of mine that I know have had some mental health concerns, feeling so alone, feeling so isolated. Yep. I have a friend who's pregnant in Canada, and she was concerned about not being able to have her husband or someone with her. Thank goodness that is lightening up, that you can have one. But there's so much uncertainty right now that I think it's good to reconnect. I had actually a friend, Jan, Judy, who was a client of mine when I taught Pilates with Lifetime Fitness back in 2007 to 2010. Jan was one of my first clients. She lives about 10 miles away, and we've stayed connected through social media. The other day when I did a post about moving, like my phone rang and it was Jan, and she's like, you know what? In these uncertain times, I thought, I'm not just going to write on social. I'm going to call you and see, are you okay? What can I do to help? Do you need anything? And I thought I hadn't talked to her or seen her in a couple of years, and that made me feel so great. So I would encourage everyone, you know, write that person. If there's a little insecurity, just write, let's say, I'm thinking about you, and have a beautiful day. And I think it really will be so hopeful and helpful to keep that positive vibe going strong, because Judy, so much is out of our hands, and if we worry about it and we stress about it, I think it just makes our work.
I agree. Yes, that was a big sigh.
It's a bit, well, we've run way over time.
I know.
Way over.
I'm like, Kimberly, no, we're good. About 30 minutes is our usual.
Although I do have to shout out to Jorge's very funny comment.
Jorge.
Leave my people out of this.
I know. Paul just did you see that comment?
He was bald long before it became popular.
I miss him. In fact, before we left Evine, he had come to me and said, I'd love to do a Waterford project with you. And it was very interesting to think about, you know, the prospects of that. I would have loved to do it. Actually, why not? We still can.
Yeah.
You know?
Still can. Yeah.
Still can.
Make it part of the Paul and Judy collection, exclusive at Waterford.
Be in the
That
kitchen
would be
with Paul and Judy collection.
Using Waterford. Yes, sir.
Yeah. At the bar.
Look at Jorge.
Like to see,
Our collection.
like to see my Cabernet glass in a Waterford crystal. we were actually able to go to the factory with the kids when they were very young.
Yes. It's a beautiful factory. That was a fun trip to Ireland. Well, we have loved this, Kimberly Wells.
Yes.
And we must do it again. And whether it's on social media or just in a little, again on a Sunday, or it's just between us on Skype or FaceTime. We love you and we miss you and we wish you all the best. Stay safe. And thank you for the tips on how to take our bandanas and scarves and turn them into masks.
Fashionable, useful accessory.
Exactly.
You got it. I love you. And thanks to everyone tuning in today. Stay safe, be well, and we'll see you again.
Sounds good, doll.
Thanks,
Bye. So we just wanted to kind of wrap this up with you guys and just say thank you very much for joining us. Next weekend, we actually have another guest who's going to be joining us. Actually, the whole month of August, I'm planning guests for Sunday. So I think, I'm sorry. Yes.
What happened to the rest of it?
I'm going into hiding.
I know I slept well last
hibernation.
night. I didn't know.
Between now and
that long.
April. That's right. It's the month of Judy.
Month of Judy.
That's what we always say when it comes to our friends and their birthdays. They get that whole month. Anyway, so yes, we have a guest the whole month of April every weekend. So I'll let you know as the time gets closer who they'll be, but you know them all.
I don't know who next week is.
I'm
I
not
know
telling.
you said Jim is in 2 weeks.
Yim is in 2 weeks,
Right,
yes.
okay.
Yim Tom, for those of you who remember the wonderful Chinese jade shows we used to do. So there'll be a lot to share. But you all have a good weekend.
Yes.
And happy Passover, Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
And we hope you stay safe and well. And let me bring this down because that's kind of annoying. Okay, here we go. Oh,
Wow,
and you know what?
Checklist.
2 people.
Yeah.
Just so you know, and I'll do this shameless promotion one more time. 2 people are going to push me over the edge to 700 subscribers
Wow.
on my channel. I'm at 698 right now.
I'm nowhere near that. But subscribe to our channel so we can keep bringing you that content. How about that?
Yeah, we would love that. All right, and we'll see you next weekend. Stay safe and be well. Love you.
Bye.